I was in St. Clair Shores, a place I cannot stand, at a bar I cannot stand, right? I'm just being honest with you. I'm not trying to talk about places I hate, but I just have never had a good time there. I don't like that place. So I'm out there. I'm at this bar. I thought it was an open mic night. It wasn't. I go and watch a show. The comics were okay, but I've seen all the stuff before. I know all of them before. I'm from before. I've seen them even do it in that room. Okay, so I'm drinking heavy. People are giving me drinks, and 2 a.m. rolls around, right? So it's time for me to leave. I don't know what happened that night. Big portions of that night, I just don't remember, right? So I leave. I make it to the freeway. I'm in the left lane. I wake up in the right lane. Car flipping over. You know, not end over end, but side of lands on its wheels, right? I'm walking up. There's somebody behind me calling calling the ambulance and cops and all that. So I go. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. I tried to gun it, couldn't do it. Of course, got out of the car. I forget if I was smoking a cigarette when they showed up. They saw some blood on me, so they put me in the ambulance, put me in the neck brace, took me to the ER, put me in the hospital bed, cut my shirt off because there was some head blood and all that, right? I guess that's what they're supposed to do, and left me there overnight. Now, I guess they may have checked me for whatever drugs or whatever, and noticed that there was none in me. And, you know, all that, and they let me out in the morning. Now, this taught me a lot of things that, okay, it's either I can hide the fact that I'm drunk really, 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 really well, because I blew a .12 and I blacked out. And the .12 is already when my blood alcohol level would have been coming down. So I have time to have the legal limit. No one got hurt. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good thing, a very good thing. But also, all the comics at that bar, nobody stopped me. Nobody looked out for me. Nobody asked me any questions. The way I know this is there's one guy that I got along with, and after this day, I no longer, I was just more careful about him. Not because he did anything wrong, but because of what he didn't do, and he thought, I had it taken care of. How can I have it taken care of when I can barely stand? When I'm using a chair as a walker? When I fall down in the parking lot on the way to my car? And you see me do it and then let me do it anyway. So at that point, I stopped trusting comics. Period. All of them. Bar none. 100%. All of them. Out here. And it's probably the best thing that I ever did. As far as what I was going through. Because after this, I met the little cocksucker, unfortunately, and were around with him and all that shit, and proved, yeah, I should have just stuck with him, not trusted any other comics ever again, period. Because I'm not saying that there aren't some that are trustworthy, okay? What I'm saying is, they're worried about their time, their life, and everything else. When I come from an area where when I was too drunk, when I was puking, when I blacked out, somebody called a ride for me. They wouldn't let me leave if I was like that. Even at the bar I got kicked out of, the sports bar, right? Puked on the bikini waitress. When I talked to the bouncers, they let me get a ride to get home safe. But none of these people stop me. They think it's fine. They think it's perfectly okay. Now I went back there, kept doing open mics and shit afterwards, which I shouldn't have. I think the place ultimately shut down due to bad bartending, bad ownership, bad clientele that would sometimes try to fight us, and all this. And this is just basically white trash money that think that they're better than everyone else. And if you don't think you're like that and you're from St. Clair Shores, well, I hate to tell you what I think of you. Actually, I love to tell you. You can fuck off. That goes for the court and everyone over there. Alright? So, I could have sued the bar. I could have actually owned the bar. But I didn't want to own that place. I didn't want to go. And here's the reason I didn't want to own the place. It's not because I didn't think I could run it better, which I absolutely could. 100%. Yes, I could. I could run it better. I could make more money from it. I could make it a place that people came to as a destination, not just as a place to get up and do 5 minutes where it doesn't matter and no one cares. You know what I mean? And that's just the fact of the matter. So, yeah, I've been wanting to tell more stand-up stories, and yeah, a lot of people will tell you the bright side and good side of stand-up. I'll tell you some of that too when I can think of it. But like I said before, I hated performing, I liked writing, I liked travel. That's it. I like coming up with the stuff, and I knew if the joke worked because I wrote one-liners. It's not hard to tell if a one-liner works. I don't need weeks, months, years to get my set down. I don't. You know, when it was that way. So, yeah. It's going to be me shitting on stand-up a lot, but because of the way it's set up traditionally, it just doesn't work for how things are now. Period. Bar none. And that's with a lot of things that are set in tradition. The traditions are fine, but they don't match what is called for now.